What it is, do? It's your boy Krook LDBT 100. We it is sure. And today we got another reaction video, man. Shout out to the homie Swish Out. He has another video concerning Russell Westbrook. The video is called Russell Westbrook may be the most delusional player in NBA history. So we about to check it out, man. First and foremost, thank you guys for watching, for tuning in. We are almost 2 subs away from 600 subs, man. Let's make sure we can get over there, run it up, show your boy some love. LDBT 100, we it is, shorty, you feel me? So let's get right to it, man. Oh, shit. Hold on.
All right, man. Russell Westbrook has always been one of the most polarizing players in the league, but now with him joining the Lakers, it's to a whole new degree. Now, quick disclaimer. If you are a Russell Westbrook stan in any way, please just click off the video. You're not going to like me. You're going to unsubscribe. You're going to call me a hater. You're probably going to send me a DM on Twitter. Like, you're just not going to like me. So I'm advising you to not watch it in advance.
It's some people
right
that
now,
like,
if you
it's some people that Russ can't do no wrong, bro.
It will lead you to
really
believe that Russell Westbrook has been playing great when that's simply not the case. Now, what inspired this video is Russell Westbrook's recent comments after that 9-turnover game against the Timberwolves where he had 7 turnovers in the first half. And he pretty much said, I'm allowed to miss shots. I'm allowed to have turnovers and things like that. I can affect the game in different ways.
I disagree with the point that the game wasn't going my way. My game is not predicated on shots or if I turn the ball over. I miss some shots. That's part of the game. I'm allowed to miss shots. I can do that. Unlike any other player, I can do that. I can turn the ball over too. I can do that. That's all a part of the game. But when you watch a basketball game and figure out what impact is, making the right plays, boxing out, rebounding, whatever that may be, making the right play, making the right reads, that's all about being a basketball player. I have mixed thoughts about that. Definitely have mixed thoughts.
That statement alone is just so goddamn delusional. And I hate when he says that because he went on to name ways that I think he thinks he quote-unquote affects the game positively outside of his turnovers and missing a bunch of shots. And to me, it's the direct opposite. Like, for example,
but you have to understand that turnovers are taken away from your team winning. Like, if I turn the ball over and then that's 2 points being scored. Let's say if you turn the ball over 9 times and they score 2 times. 2, 4, 6. Dang. Yo, I just had a slow moment. 2 times 9 is 18. I don't know why I just tried to do that with my fingers. I don't know. But 2 times 9 is 18. That's 18 points going the other way, bro. You have to understand that as a player. Like, even though as much as I can help my team win, I can't help my team lose too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I have to realize, like, yeah, I'm turning the ball over, but I have to play better because that's 18 points going towards the other team. You feel what I'm saying? The shots part, I get. I get you allowed to miss shots. You feel me? As long as it's a good shot and it's open, I can live with the player taking a shot that's open, bro. That's a good shot. I can't really live with you turning the ball over, bro. I mean,
and boxing out. I'm not saying all his boards are stat chasing boards or anything like that. But a lot of times, Russell Westbrook gets caught actually quitting on the defensive play and trying to chase that board, lingering around the rim, leaving his player wide open on the perimeter, like he did against Patty Mills, like he did against Orlando, where LeBron was pretty much looking at him like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Also, he named making the right plays. He literally said making the right plays. In what way is averaging 5 turnovers and having 7 turnovers in a half and 9 in the game or making the right play? It's the direct opposite. Now, F all the BS. Let's get into the good and the bad of Russell Westbrook. I'm going to detail some of the good things I think he contributed to the Lakers so far, and definitely the bad. Let's start with the good. Russell Westbrook, if anything else, he's going to generate some damn points, and he's always going to get his teammates pretty solid looks at open threes. It's just the nature of how he plays. Even at this later stage of his career, just how ferocious he is at attacking the basket, it's naturally going to take those wing defenders' attention off of his teammates and onto him, which inevitably gives them open looks. Carmelo
Facts.
Anthony, I mean, he's thrived
Playing
off
Russell
of that
Westbrook, you always
attention.
gonna get looks.
Austin Reeves, he hit a game winner.
That's a
Wayne
fact.
Ellington, he's gotten a lot of open looks. That's one thing that Russell Westbrook is going to do. Whether it's efficient, whether it comes with 4 or 5 turnovers per game with it, that's just one thing that he's always done. Also, even though it's an extremely small sample size, Russell Westbrook has actually been a pretty solid corner three-point shooter. It may sound very, very specific, and it may sound like I'm reaching, but we all did question how the hell is this floor spacing going to look with LeBron James, who we thought was not the greatest three-point shooter. I mean, that stuff has changed this year. Anthony Davis, who hasn't been a great three-point shooter, and Russell Westbrook, who's a terrible three-point shooter, and him actually being able to stretch the floor from that spot on the court, that's been a positive to that team. I can't lie. So that's a good thing for Russell Westbrook. And lastly,
That's what I
Russell
understand,
Westbrook
bro,
has
like-
played
Yo, if Russell Westbrook was able to like shoot it at a consistent clip, bro, he would. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was dangerous, but I feel like that was the main thing that was lacking in his game is just a consistent shot, bro. That man had a consistent shot like from anywhere, bro. Sorry, bro. Russell Westbrook is unguardable.
every single game this season. It may sound like a perfect attendance award or something like that, but if it was one thing that I knew about this season that could not happen, Russell Westbrook couldn't miss games. Out of everybody on this team, he was the biggest misfit, and I felt like he needed the most reps and the most time out there to actually develop his own role because nobody knew what the hell his role is. We still don't. So
still don't.
him actually
Exactly.
being there every single night and actually trying to figure it out and being there to
The
figure
Lakers
it out.
don't have an
That's a
identity,
positive,
bro.
and I don't take that for granted.
Like, they
He's
don't.
been able to dodge protocols. He hasn't got injured, and again, that's a very good thing for Russell Westbrook. Now, on to the negatives. And before I get into the negatives, let me set the tone because I feel like some people are going to say, bro, you didn't even name those triple-doubles. What about all these stats? He's averaging damn near triple. All this. Nobody cares about that. So before I get into the negatives, let me ask this one simple question, and I'm going to answer it because nobody's here to answer it for me. What was Russell Westbrook brought to the Lakers for? Simple question, and I have a simple answer for it.
The only reason why they brought him to the Lakers was because they wanted to combat the Brooklyn Nets. They felt as though that we're going to compete with the Brooklyn Nets. We need to bring a third star. Pretty much, we need to bring a third star. Now, granted, they always said that they need somebody to take the pressure off of LeBron to be the ball handler. But I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, bro, the Brooklyn Nets got 3 stars. The Lakers have 2. They brought somebody there to combat the Brooklyn Nets, bro. Simple.
He was brought to the Lakers to make LeBron's job easier. I think it's just that simple. We don't have to get into the complications of how, why, all that. He was brought there to make LeBron's job easier. Simple. I'm going to grade him by that standard and by that scale. I'm not going to grade him for being an upgrade over Rondo or Dennis Schroeder or something like that. I'm going to grade him by that contract that he's making right now, those accolades he has, that
I don't
MVP
agree.
he has, and most importantly, what he was brought there
Because you
for
coulda got
to
anybody
make
else
LeBron's
other than
job
Russ, bro.
easier and help them win the
You
championship.
still coulda got Buddy Hield
This
or
year,
somebody.
Russell Westbrook started out his season pretty rough. He hit 15 out of his first 43 shots, which indeed hurts the team whether he believes it or not. And he was turning the ball over at an extremely high clip. Now, Russell Westbrook kind of gave me a little sense of hope the 4th game of the season where LeBron was out. And to me, this was the perfect game for Russell Westbrook. Like I said, I felt like he was brought there to make LeBron's job easier when LeBron has to miss games due to age and stuff like that. And when Anthony Davis has to miss games due to him just being fragile as hell. Like, that's going to happen. And Russell Westbrook, he was there. That 4th game of the season, no LeBron. He had his breakout game. And to me, that's where I was starting to
13.
believe, okay, now I can
37.
kind of see why Russell Westbrook was brought here.
took
But then the
27
following
shots.
game happened. And to me, this was another game that, in my opinion, just had Russell Westbrook's name on it. Like, okay, they playing OKC, his old stomping grounds in OKC. He's back at home. OKC is showing him love. It's not like he's Kevin Durant where he gets booed. They love him there. And he's playing a pretty bad team that's winless at the time. They actually get out to a 20-point lead, blow the 20-point lead. Russell Westbrook has a triple-double, but he also has 10 turnovers and 4 turnovers in the 4th quarter. Stuff like that
That's
just
crazy.
can't happen. Then, literally 1 week later, they see
Bro, that is literally a quadruple double,
KC
bro.
again get out to another lead without LeBron James again, and they still somehow lose that game, giving them their 2nd win. OKC, they got their first 2 wins of this season after losing by 14 points per game to everybody else. They got their first 2 wins against a Lakers team that has like 4 or 5 Hall of Famers on it.
That's
Stuff
crazy.
like that, like I said, is just embarrassing. Now,
That's
that
crazy.
second OKC loss, that actually started a 8-game stretch of games that they played without LeBron James. He was going through that abdominal stuff, and he still had his ankle. Like, he was going through a bunch of stuff at the time, and that was 8 straight games that they played without LeBron James. In those 8 games, they went 3-5, and 3 of those 5 losses came against teams or were against teams below 500 right now. So they weren't the best teams anyway. Now, I'm not saying it was all Russell Westbrook's fault,
Damn.
but a lot of it was. Like, let me just detail some of the stuff he did without LeBron James. In that first or that second game against Portland,
One
he
for
shot 1 for
13?
13 with 6 turnovers.
Damn.
Then the following game, they actually won it, but he shot 5 for 15 with 7 turnovers. In that 8-game stretch where they went 3-5, 5 of those games, Russell Westbrook had 5 or more turnovers. And I don't care what anybody says, that hurts your team. This
does.
season, the Lakers give up the 6th most points per game off of turnovers. Who do you think most of those turnovers are from?
Right.
It's from Russell Westbrook. Right now, the Lakers lead the league in possessions. That's not a good stat. That basically means they always turn it over, so they always get the ball right back and have ample opportunities. This year, Russell Westbrook has 17 games with 5 or more turnovers. That's damn near half the games. And when you really look at it, it's at like an abnormal rate. Like, he's actually having his 3rd lowest usage rate percentage of his career, meaning he had.
Listen, bro. I get it, but yo, he's just trying to find his way, bro. Like, for one, the Lakers done been through hella lineups. Like, at one point, it was like a different lineup, literally every game. It's a different lineup. They have not had a chance to get like their full lineup healthy, non-COVID, all of that. They have yet to have had a stretch where Russ, LeBron, and AD all played together, bro. So I'm not going to say that it's entirely his fault because it's different parameters. But he knows he got to play better, bro. He knows. I ain't gonna lie. This is crazy. Like, you're hurting your team more than you're helping them. So you can say I'm making the right read, boxing out, rebounding. But that same thing that you're doing is being washed because of you have multiple turnovers, bro. Again, let's take into consideration if it's all 2s. If I have at least, okay, you had 1 game with 10. You had 2 games with 9. 1 with 8. Just turn those. We're not even talking 3s. Just 2s, bro. 10 times 2, that's 20. 9 times 2, that's 18. That's 18. So it's 20 points, 18 points, 18 points, 16 points, 14 points, 14 points. That is points that you're giving to the other team. Take away some of these turnovers, bro, you're actually going to start winning those games. They just got to go a season where they can like actually all play together, bro. Because they don't have an identity, bro. It's mainly just Anthony Davis and it was LeBron. You feel what I'm saying? LeBron and AD used to work together, you know, the pick and roll, pick and pop, or sometimes AD would get out the way. Sometimes LeBron would get out the way, let AD do his thing. But now that you're incorporating a ball-dominant guard who you're trying to really turn into a playmaker, to me, Russell Westbrook, I mean, don't get me wrong, he can make the right passes. To me, he's a scoring guard, bro. He's not a show enough playmaker. You get what I mean? Like, he knows how to make, don't get me wrong. He can pass the ball, he can facilitate. He's better with scoring the ball than playmaking, bro. In my opinion. He's better with playmaking. James Harden is an instance where he's a show enough playmaker, but he's a better scorer as well, but he makes better than Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? That's a playmaker. And James Harden is probably only going to turn the ball over maybe, 3-4 times? He's had some games where he didn't even turn the ball over when he was the playmaker. That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I just think they just need to just get their cohesiveness together, man. Like, I'm not going to blame it entirely on Russ. It's like, but yeah.
He has the ball in his hands, the 3rd lowest.
He know he got to play better,
in his
bro.
whole career. Yet, even with that being the case, he's still on pace to have his 2nd worst season of all time with turnovers. So he's still turning the ball over at a crazy clip with the ball less in his hands. Also this year, his finishing around the rim it's been pretty awful. Like it's been better
He don't
as
got
of
it no
late,
more.
but it's
He
still
don't got that
pretty bad. And
he
it's
don't
just
have the
not good enough.
athleticism no more, bro.
Russell Westbrook is shooting 56% this year on dunks. That's an extremely high percentage shot. Last year, just for comparison, he shot 75%.
And some of that's confidence,
year, just
bro.
for comparison,
I ain't gonna lie. That's number one. That's confidence. Whenever you see Russell Westbrook coming down the court, you used to get out the way. Now it's like, one, I don't know if he still has that same confidence, and two, that comes from people not respecting you, bro. When somebody got out the way during a fast break, they respect you to know that you're going to get that. They're going to get out the way. Ain't nobody going to contest Giannis coming down the court. Nobody. Unless you want to get put on the poster. No one's contesting Giannis. At one point, nobody was contesting Russell Westbrook. But one, I don't think he has that confidence, one. And two, it's his athleticism, bro. Russell Westbrook's whole game is athleticism. Once that athleticism depletes, then what's your game plan? What's your plan B, bro? So if you're not finishing at the rim, how are you going to be useful? Coming down the court doing one-handed dunks trying to bring the rim down when you ain't doing that no more, what are you doing?
shot close to 80%. That LeBron hasn't missed one dunk all year, and I don't really want to compare that, but I'm just showing you that's a high percentage ass shot, even for a guy like Russell Westbrook, and right now he's damn near making half of them. Also, a lot of his inefficiencies, even at the rim, they've come at the most inopportune times. Like, this man has missed 24 shots at the rim in the fourth quarter. When you need him most, he's missed 24 of those. Also, he's missed half of his dunks in the fourth quarter. Also, and like I said, bro, this is just directly hurting the team. I'm sorry. The Lakers are a awful, and I mean awful, free throw shooting team. Like right now, I think they're like the 28th ranked free throw shooting team right now. A lot of that comes from your point guard playing the type of minutes that he does, 35 minutes per night, being their 13th best free throw shooter on their team. That just can't happen. You can't have Russell Westbrook shooting 65% from the free throw line. Like, if he's not going to finish at the rim and he's missing his free throws, that's a lot of missed opportunities to score any type of points. Right now, the Lakers are losing by 1 point per night. 1 point a night. Do you know how different that would be if they could just hit a damn free throw? So, yeah. All the stuff I named, I believe directly hurts their team, and that's why I named it. I could have gone into his defense and stuff like that, and some of the defensive laps they've had with Russell Westbrook watching the ball instead of watching it play and kind of being like an individual player instead of a team defender. But I really feel like collectively as a team, they're terrible on defense, so I didn't want to hone in on Russell Westbrook specifically, even though he has been, in my opinion, bad as well. But the stuff that I did name, the turnovers, that's directly hurting the team. They're the 26th ranked team as far as opponent points per game off of turnovers. The missed shots at the rim, that's pretty bad, like I said. And the missed free throws, that's hurting their team. So I had to name those. If you guys like...
But, yeah, at the end of the day, I just think that Russell Westbrook knows he has to play better. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. There's no way Russell Westbrook should have been on the Lakers, bro. There's no way. I think that the Lakers definitely could have did better with trying to take the pressure off of him because it's just, bro, he's too ball dominant, bro. He's just too ball dominant. Then the Lakers trade away Rondo. Why? Did you see what Rondo did for y'all a couple years ago? He's the reason why y'all won the ring. But you're gonna, I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I just have an opinion, and I like to voice my opinion. I don't know. I don't know. But thank you guys for watching, for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video. We are almost at 600 subs. Y'all go ahead and get that video a like. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Holla at y'all. Boy.